Maybe Tinkerbell. That's the only one that's popping up in my head right now.
But
that's also the one that Dave and I had talked about when he was asked to MC for that event. So that was just funny going back to that. But anyway, yeah, it's been a long time since I've watched any kind of Disney movies and even like caught up on the different fairy tales that are out there.
You'll have to get there. What kind of weather is Tinkerbell going to be flying in tonight?
Some very comfortable weather. Many of us are already in the lower 70s and some upper 60s across at least areas just north and east of town. Coleman back to Talladega down to 66 degrees, 66 for Jasper as well, 78, almost still 80 there in Moundville, 77 for Alabaster, and 78 here in Birmingham. But it is at least comfortable out there with that lower humidity. Here's a live look at the downtown Birmingham area from our BJCC camera. That dew point down in the mid-50s, double nickels there, means that it feels quite comfortable outside, even though it may still be a little bit on the warm side. So that late night forecast, if you're going to be out and about later on tonight over the next few hours, temperature is going to be falling slowly here into the lower 70s by around midnight, and it is going to be staying dry and very clear out there as well. So a good night to maybe do some stargazing if you can get outside of the city. Waking up tomorrow morning, some of the locations just north and east of town, from Anniston back over to Talladega, Asheville and Coleman, even Gadsden could dip into the upper 50s to lower 60s, but expecting some slightly warmer air here over the urban heat island of Birmingham, just shy of 70 degrees, 67 for a wake-up temperature there in Tuscaloosa. So overall, not a bad start to our Sunday. As we go into the afternoon, another day with hardly any clouds in the sky as we see complete sunshine, temperatures warming into the lower 90s here by early tomorrow afternoon. We still have that east wind around 5 to 10 miles per hour, and that's thanks to this area of high pressure parked here at the surface just off to our north and east, and it is helping to funnel in some drier air here in the middle to upper levels, and that explains why the sky was so clear today. And while it will be the same for tomorrow, here at the surface though, still feeling that more comfortable air. The lower humidity is in place, and it is going to continue to become wrapped around this high pressure thanks to where this high is located. A lot of our winds coming off of the southern Appalachian Mountains, and when that air comes down into central Alabama, it has to fall a few thousand feet. That air will sink and it will warm, so it explains why we've had the drier air in place from aloft, but we've also had the warming temperatures as well. So as we go throughout the rest of this week, still not feeling too bad with the humidity until we get into around Wednesday and Thursday, starting to see that increase back into the muggy category, and temperatures are going to be warming as well as we see those highs getting into the middle 90s by Monday, upper 90s by Tuesday, and yes, the century mark there for Wednesday. I think many of us will be hitting that 100-degree mark and then slowly starting to cool off, and I take that with a grain of salt, just cooler temperatures as we go into the end of this week. So it's thanks to this upper air pattern here, this ridge of high pressure. You've heard it mentioned here in the deep south many times, especially during the summer, and we know that when it is parked directly overhead, that's when we typically see our hottest temperatures. Thankfully, the ridge is going to weaken some compared to now. Places out in the Central Plains today got into the 110 to 115 degree range. Thankfully, we're not expecting anything close to that, but still above average temperatures and some pretty warm air in store for central Alabama as we go into the middle of this week. So all the words to describe it: sweltering and stifling going into Tuesday and Wednesday. A few locations will actually hit 100 degrees a couple days in a row. Notice those overnight lows starting to get back into the lower to middle 70s, so not feeling quite as comfortable anymore, and we are going to really be feeling that humidity return by next Thursday and Friday. Rain chances increasing by next Saturday. Maddie?
Thank you, Jay.